Hello, welcome my lovely listeners. I have been almost frantically curating the content of what I was going to say today and on this podcast, and I have been doing this from different sources. One of them is obviously Instagram and other social media. Podcasts, it's my daily experiences, is my thoughts, is conversations that I have with different people from any walks of life, really, my friends, people from work, as you do, and kind of collating and thinking what would be valuable, what would be beneficial for people that are listening to me. What are they trying to find answers to? What are they trying to find support with? What are they going through, so that when they are listening to me and when they are listening to this podcast as one of many things that they may do, or just the one that they may do that day, what can be relevant to a lot of people out there. And I have lots of episodes on different topics, and some of them are something that goes on almost every podcast that I talk about. And one of the topics is abundance, and it's about financial abundance and mental abundance, and something that, and then from the having a lot of something, being free, because abundance is just I don't know why I just felt like weird saying abundance. I don't know why. I'll probably have to investigate and try to say this to yourself. Abundance. I am abundant. I am rich. I was listening to this podcast. I will mention it in the description, hopefully, if I don't forget. And the topic was abundance, and the topic was about how to be grateful as a first step of abundance, and kind of 4 different stages that you can be. So you can be really broke and sad and regretful and not grateful, because you feel like, what am I grateful for? Then another state is that you might not necessarily be financially abundant, but you are grateful. And I was thinking, what things can I be grateful for at this very moment? And I really invite you to also say with me. So a couple of things that I am grateful for is that I have this podcast, that I have listeners who are listening to me and who hopefully take something off, some value. I am grateful for the last conversation I had with a person who I think and I hope I helped, and I dedicated my time to just stay with this person and talk to her and maybe help her navigating a breakup. And just to mention this, because that was like a coaching conversation, one of the few and several I have here and there. And this person was, and I think that's important. So I mentioned that, although the main topic may be abundance and then what you are being grateful for. But I really wanted to mention this conversation because I think it was important. So it's a little bit of like a kind of like a relationship coaching. So this person was in a relationship with someone, and this someone, I believe that's an example of someone being narcissistic or preying, or really emotionally available and deep people who are ready to give everything for the relationship. So this, just a very short description. And I'm sure it happened to 80% of you if you are listening to this podcast. So this person who I was kind of trying to coach and then just affirm her. She was convinced that she was too much. She was convinced that because of the text message that said basically, I need you right now. I need you to reconfirm something to me right now. And receiving a message saying something about I am not ready, meaning you are too much for me. I cannot handle you. And her thinking, because I sent this message, that means I should have waited, I should have given him space, I should have not been so needy, quote unquote. If I didn't do that, he would probably not said that I was too much. So what I was coaching her and what everything was, what it was about just confirming that, first of all, if you feel safe, if you know that you can trust this person, if your needs are met, you wouldn't probably 90%, you wouldn't send needy texts, because that wouldn't be necessary. You would obviously, as it is with friends, you can say, I'm not feeling really, great today, or something happened. But then in the healthy and in the both-sided relationship, this other person obviously would say, I help you. It's just simply, very simply speaking. What I was trying to explain to this person was that, first of all, we are never too much. We are never too much. We are never too emotional. We are never too demanding. And if we want something, or if we are showing emotions, and there is a lot of those, there are different ways to communicate, rather than, shut down and just completely blank off and just be like, no, I cannot deal with this. Obviously, I'm talking about the situations in relationship and situations when two people are on the same page. What I was explaining to her, that if two people are not on the same page, you would feel it. You would feel it in your tummy, you would feel it in your heart, you would feel it in your throat chakra, you would feel it in your head, your body would feel it. And as much as you would like to logically explain of, he's very busy with work, he just had this promotion, yes, these can be explanations, but as soon as you start explaining his behaviors with those things and taking your needs on the back bender, on the back bench, and kind of putting this other person as a priority over and over again, your body will know before you. And almost as if the text message that she sent, of wanting this confirmation, wanting this reaffirmation, asking for help, was almost as a physical act of the body. And then she sent it, and when she received the no, obviously, then she kind of retracted, and she was saying, I shouldn't have sent it, that was too much, just disowning herself and disowning her own body and her own feelings, and installing a guilt and shame of herself of, I am not in the black cat energy, I am not showing him that I can handle this myself, and so on and so forth. So my role in this was to listen, to give time, and to also reconfirm and reaffirm that this person, that she was not too much, that the answer like this, it is what it is, and sooner or later this answer would come anyway, because you can hold your needs and you can hold your feelings on the side, and you can give and leave space for the other person until you burst, until your body will say that's enough. And that's what my body did one day when I thought I was under control and I had kind of my feelings and emotions tactfully tucked away. But then my body just shouted all of a sudden, shouted so loud that the person that I was with almost fell off his chair. And I didn't know where the scream came from. And it came from my insides. It came from my almost body taking over. So I saw this as this person sending this text message of almost like crying for help and not receiving this. It was like body taking over and saying, no, that's enough of, being calm and cool and composed. And obviously things that lead to that are little things, are small things that make you feel more and more insecure and less, and take away the feeling of being safe. So that was the story within the story of what I'm grateful for. And this took a lot of my energy, really, to be there for this person. And I could feel that I was getting a little bit impatient, because if you are observing this from the outside, you see it straight, you see it as a 1 + 1 = 2, although does it? So, but anyway, you see it as if I told you that I am seeing this person and they don't treat me very well, and I cry often because of them, but it's okay because, they just got this new job. They are very creative and they might going through this and this. So it's okay. I will wait, although I'm sad and I'm crying and they're not always for me. I am so patient and I'm so giving. I will allow them to do that to me. And because of that, they definitely gonna get fixed. So I bet that if you are listening to this, you are like, oh, girl, no, that's not what's going to happen. You are just giving yourself away. You are not putting yourself as priority. There is no balance. There is no discussion. There is no common ground. And again, obviously, there are some situations, someone got sick, or, you are in a marriage of many years, or you're in a really secure relationship and then, something happens. That's fine. But if something like this happens, after a couple of months, or, you always had sort of kind of strange little ick of, I'm not feeling 100% secure, then these can be red flags. So I really wanted to tell this story, and this episode was supposed to be about my experiences, and I wanted to talk about abundance, but having the kind of feeling of helping someone, of this bringing you fulfillment, is something very much to be grateful for. The other thing I was grateful for was seeing my friend, who I really didn't feel like going all the way through London, on the other side of London, and being there just to see her. But I did that, and I'm really grateful for that, and it was really lovely. And sometimes I know that to do something that you are not 100% feeling like doing, maybe is a little bit of probably, I guess, laziness, although I really don't like this word. Is something else. Is about, how are you going to feel during this activity or after this activity, and sometimes is, was it worth it? Was it something that was there was the time better spent doing something else? I always know, and I always remember, like when Aaron Doughty was talking about the story when someone invited him for his birthday, and he felt like he had to go because it was a friend. And going on for someone's birthday when you are invited and then or not coming is sort of, I guess, rude or not nice. So he said he just hired this car for loads and loads of money, and then because he couldn't get there by plane or whatever, so he had to hire this car, and he went in the car, spent lots of money on the car, and then ended up going back in like a blizzard and almost having like there was no lights or whatever, like very closely to having an accident, and only 4 people came. And I always listen to this story, and I sort of, because I don't know, I guess maybe because this was a girl and Aaron is a man, and she threw this party in maybe a nice area or a house, and she invited all these people, and only 4 people turn up, and I always feel, oh, that's such a that's so nice of him that he came. First of all, he had good story to tell, but his kind of takeaway from this story was that he's never going to say yes to so many things, and always saying yes. I guess when you're invited to loads and lots of activities with lots and lots of people, you have to be able to say yes or no to some of them. I am not in this position. I am not being invited to hundreds of things that I have to choose, like pick and choose which one I am going to go to. When I am in this situation, I will report back to you how it feels. But I guess yes, I guess you just have to kind of feel in yourself, how are you, what is the experience in your body when you are thinking about going somewhere or not going somewhere, and what emotions does it bring? How are you feeling about going there and doing this with your time? Is there anything else that you would rather do? And sometimes it is, but sometimes you are still going. So this was the experience I had, and I am really grateful that I went for this. So what are what are you grateful for? And also coming back from the place, I kind of looked at my house, and one thing I've noticed is that is a little bit of comparison coming here. So I'm not 100% how I feel about this, but I guess it's just I am grateful for myself that I have so many plants, or that I have plants. I am grateful that I have this connection with plants, and I am grateful they are there and they are growing nicely. Almost none of the plants has died. I have one that is not in a great condition, but other than that, actually 2 that are not in a great condition, but I'm hoping they will get better. And some of the plants I've kind of taken off from my very close person who has passed away, and I have a couple of plants, and when I took them on, they were in a state of shock. Those plants were in a state of shock. They lost the whole green coloring out of them. One plant that is now really thriving and is green and is really grown and had babies also that I now keep in another container. One of those plants were white. The leaves were just white. I've never seen anything like that. It's just as if it went gray. So I think the plants, I believe and I know the plants were in shock. When a person passed away, those plants were in shock. And then the other plant that is kind of tall and has those long leaves, the leaves are still, they are still not 100%, meaning that they are drooping a little bit, and there's lots of, it's like hair that is not voluptuous and kind of fluffy. It's more like her that it's flat. I mean, the plant is okay, but it's just not where I would like it to be. But other than that, I've got many plants. I've got plants in my on my balcony, and I really love them, and I tend to them. And it's and sometimes because I went to this other place, to this flat, and there were no plants, and I was kind of sitting there and I was thinking something is missing. For me, is my personal feeling, because the person that I was visiting might have not liked plants at all, and that's not their kind of thing. So but it's just kind of made me grateful that I do. I like plants, and I have them, and I came back home, and I made sure I watered my plants, and it makes me nice. Although saying this does not make me very nice for some reason. It makes me feel like I may be a little bit mean. Hopefully I'm not. It's just sometimes when you see something and it kind of brings up things that you might not be grateful for, right? Or not that maybe you didn't know that you have, or you should appreciate they are there, because they're always there, and you kind of treat them as, oh, that's something like, oh, I always have that, I don't really care. It's the same as like, oh, I have all the fingers, like I breathe, like that's the normal things, most normal things that might not be so normal for the others. So I think just the remembrance of this, just the acknowledgement, just the awareness every now and then, I believe can bring us up a little bit. And then the other thing, so these were two things, being abandoned, being broke, and not having any awareness of what you can be grateful for. And I also understand it as not having a feeling of any options, like there are no options, nothing's gonna happen, this is what it is. And then going on to being, not necessarily financially abundant, but being grateful and recognizing those things. This guy was talking about, like sleeping on a sofa at his sister's. He's got a sister to have a sofa to sleep on, and the sister is allowing him to do that for weeks and weeks. So he's got loving family, and I really invite you to find those things. Please find 3 things and please write them down or say them aloud now. You can even say it over what I'm talking about, but please say those things and see how you feel, and find them. And I'm 100% sure that you can find those 3 things, at least 3 things, if not 5, if not 10. I wonder if I wouldn't struggle with 10, but I'm sure that if you are creative, if you have a little bit of fantasy, you can find 10 things. And then the other kind of spectrum, what they said, was about being financially abundant but not having anything to be grateful for. Such a dark place to be, because it's almost like you have nothing to look forward to. You kind of achieved what you thought was going to bring you happiness, and it's not bringing you happiness. And we can see that with social media, celebrities having nervous breakdowns, having depression and all sorts of things. And it's and they said it's even darker place than when you are not abundant, because at least you have something to look forward to. And then obviously being abandoned and being grateful for really great and nice place to be at, but also takes on awareness, takes on, I guess, working on yourself and being really reflective about yourself, and also seeing those things, because similarly to when you are abandoned, you stop recognizing and seeing the things around you, because they just become common, they just become normal. Like that, it's normal that I have 3 cars, it's normal that someone comes and clean my house. Like I don't even recognize it, I don't even recognize this, this person. It's the same, as normal as like the clean water runs from my tap, right? It's normal that, I don't know, I have a job and I have 3 pairs of trousers, or 5 pairs, of 10 pairs of trousers, 10 pairs of jeans. Like that's normal. So this was my thoughts about the abundance, and the podcast that I sort of have inspiration from. I am going through, definitely still going through sort of harder period, but talking to you about things to be grateful for really helped, and I'm going to try and find more of those. And I know that the more in this frequency and energy I am in, the more I am appreciative and seeing amazing things around me, things that I can also give other people. Oh, that was another aspect, giving your time. I was speaking to someone at work. Your time is the biggest asset you have. Your time is the biggest non-monetary abundance you have. You have plenty of time. You have time every day. You wake up with new time in your hands, and I wake up with new time in my hands, and I am going to make sure that I spend it wisely, including the time to recharge, to rest, including the time to give to other and spend with my friends and spend on benefiting other, including on time of making my surroundings beautiful and taking time to do something that I really, really love, and spending it all with my pets and giving them time they deserve. And also, what else? Oh, investing in my learning and development, investing this time in researching and just making myself better. And it's making myself better for myself, and making myself better for others around me, for my family, for my friends, so that I can serve them and I can be there for them whenever they need me, like I'm here for you, or try to be here for you. And with these beautiful words, I finish this podcast for today. I'll speak to you very soon. Bye bye.